The ocean is a vast and mysterious place. It is filled with creatures of all shapes and sizes. Some are long and sleek like sharks. Others are flat and wide, like stingrays. But one of the most curious fish is the juvenile yellow boxfish. It looks like a tiny bright yellow dice tumbling through the water. This little fish belongs to a special family called Ostraciidae. The name comes from a Greek word that means shell, which is a perfect description. Their bodies are not soft and flexible, like most other fish. Instead, they are encased in a hard, bony armor. This makes them look like they are swimming inside a little box. This boxy shape is not just for looks. It is a brilliant form of protection. The body of a boxfish is made of fused, plate-like scales. These scales create a rigid, triangular or box-like shell called a carapace. This hard outer layer acts like a suit of armor. It makes it very difficult for bigger fish to take a bite out of them. Imagine a predator trying to eat a small, hard rock. It would not be an easy meal. This unique body plan is what sets the boxfish family apart from all other fish in the sea. They have traded speed and flexibility for incredible defense, a strategy that has worked very well for them for millions of years. The juvenile yellow boxfish, with its scientific name Ostracion cubicus, is especially eye-catching. When it is young, its body is a brilliant, almost neon yellow color. This bright coloration is dotted with small black or dark brown spots. This striking pattern makes it one of the most photographed and beloved fish among divers and aquarium enthusiasts. As they swim, they look less like they are moving through water, and more like they are hovering or bouncing along the reef. Their tiny fins work hard to propel their stiff bodies, creating a charming and slightly clumsy appearance that is impossible to ignore. They are truly one of the little gems of the coral reef. This family of fish, the Ostraciidae, is quite diverse. It includes not only the familiar yellow boxfish, but also other related species known as cowfish and trunkfish. All of them share the same fundamental body design, a hard, bony shell that covers most of their body. Only their eyes, mouth, and fins can move freely. This shared characteristic is what defines their group. They are found in tropical and subtropical oceans all around the world, usually living in shallow, calm waters, like those found in lagoons and around coral reefs. Their slow, deliberate movements and unique shapes make them a fascinating subject for anyone interested in the wonders of marine life. How does a fish shaped like a box even swim? It seems like it would be very difficult. Most fish bend their bodies from side to side to push through the water. The boxfish cannot do this because its body is completely rigid. Instead, it relies on its small fins. The dorsal fin on its back and the anal fin on its belly flap back and forth rapidly. The pectoral fins on its sides, just behind the gills, help it to steer and hover. Its tail fin, or caudal fin, acts like a rudder, guiding its direction. This method of swimming is called ostraciiform locomotion. It is not very fast, but it is very precise. It allows the boxfish to make sharp turns and move in tight spaces around the coral. This unusual swimming style has another benefit. Scientists have studied the boxfish's shape and discovered that it is surprisingly stable in the water. The sharp edges of its boxy frame create little whirlpools or vortices as it moves. These tiny whirlpools help to keep the fish from tumbling over in turbulent water. This natural stability is so effective that car designers have even studied the boxfish to create more fuel-efficient and stable car designs. It is amazing to think that this little fish holds engineering secrets that can inspire human technology. Its clumsy appearance hides a highly efficient and clever design for navigating its underwater world. Survival for a small, slow-moving fish is a big challenge. The bony armor is its first line of defense. But the boxfish has another, more powerful weapon. When it feels threatened or stressed, it can release a powerful toxin into the water from its skin. This toxin, called ostracotoxin, is a type of poison that can harm or even kill other fish nearby. This chemical defense is a very effective way to discourage predators from trying to eat it. A predator that gets a mouthful of this poison will quickly learn to leave the little yellow box alone. This potent defense mechanism makes the boxfish a much tougher meal than it appears. The diet of a boxfish consists of tiny creatures it finds on the seafloor. It has a small, beak-like mouth that is perfect for picking and nibbling. It spends its day slowly exploring the sand and rubble around the reef. It blows jets of water from its mouth to uncover small invertebrates hidden in the sand. These include tiny crustaceans, worms, mollusks, and sponges. This feeding behavior is important for the reef ecosystem, as it helps to stir up the sediment and control populations of small organisms. The boxfish is a slow and methodical hunter, carefully searching for its next small meal, while keeping a watchful eye out for any danger. The boxfish family is known by several different common names, which can sometimes be confusing. The most general name is boxfish, which refers to the cube-like shape of species like the yellow boxfish. Another common name is trunkfish. This name is also used for many species in the family, and likely comes from their hard, trunk-like bodies. It is as if they are carrying a small chest or trunk with them wherever they go. Both names, boxfish and trunkfish, are often used interchangeably to describe these armored swimmers, highlighting their most obvious physical feature: their rigid, encased bodies that look so different from other fish. Another fascinating name given to some members of this family is cowfish. This strange name comes from the horn-like spines that stick out from above the eyes of certain species, like the longhorn cowfish. These horns make them look a little bit like tiny swimming cows. These horns are not just for show. They provide even more protection. They make the fish harder for a predator to swallow whole. So, while they do not moo or eat grass, the name cowfish is a fitting description for these horned members of the Ostraciidae family. Whether called a boxfish, trunkfish, or cowfish, all these names point to the unique and memorable appearance of these creatures. The boxfish family is incredibly diverse, with many different shapes and colors. While the juvenile yellow boxfish is famous for its bright yellow cube shape, other species look very different. The thornback cowfish has a much flatter, more triangular body, with sharp spines along its back. The scrawled cowfish is a beautiful blue-green color with intricate swirling patterns that look like they were drawn on with a pen. The Whitley's boxfish is decorated with a stunning pattern of white spots and lines on a dark body. Each species has adapted its shape and color to its specific environment, providing camouflage or warning signals to other animals. This variety in appearance is one of the most wonderful things about the boxfish family. From the simple, polka-dotted yellow boxfish to the ornately patterned scrawled cowfish, there is a surprising amount of diversity within this group of armored fish. Some are rounder, some are more triangular, and some are perfect cubes. Their colors range from bright yellows and blues to muted browns and grays that help them blend in with the sand and rock. This variety shows how nature can take a single, successful body plan, the bony box, and adapt it in countless creative ways to fill different roles within the marine ecosystem. The life of a boxfish begins as a tiny, almost microscopic larva floating in the open ocean. These babies, or fry, look very different from the adults. They are round and translucent, drifting with the currents as part of the plankton. As they grow, they begin to develop their characteristic boxy shape and bright colors. A baby yellow boxfish is incredibly small, sometimes no bigger than a pea. It is a perfect, tiny cube of brilliant yellow with a few dark spots. At this stage, they are very vulnerable and must find shelter quickly among the corals or in rocky crevices to avoid being eaten. They are like little jewels scattered across the reef. As the juvenile boxfish grows, its appearance changes quite dramatically. The bright yellow color that made it so famous as a baby begins to fade. It gradually transitions to a duller brownish green or mustard yellow. The small, neat black spots may become smaller and more numerous, or they might develop white spots in the center. The fish's body also becomes more elongated, losing its perfect cube shape and becoming more rectangular. This change in color and shape helps the adult fish to blend in better with its surroundings on the reef, trading its youthful flashiness for more practical camouflage as it matures and faces the challenges of adult life. Are boxfish helpful or harmful? For the most part, they are a peaceful and beneficial part of the reef community. Their feeding habits of stirring up the sand help to oxygenate the substrate and control populations of small invertebrates. They do not harm the corals or bother other fish. However, their toxin can be a problem in a closed environment, like a home aquarium. If a boxfish becomes stressed or dies in a fish tank, it can release its poison and kill all the other inhabitants. This is why they are best left in their natural ocean home, where the toxin can safely disperse in the vast expanse of water. For humans, they are not dangerous unless eaten, as the toxin can be present in their flesh. The ocean is a treasure chest of incredible animals, and the boxfish is one of its most peculiar and wonderful jewels. From its armor-plated body and unique swimming style, to its powerful chemical defense, every aspect of this fish is a marvel of evolution. It is a reminder that there is not just one way to be a successful fish. Some rely on speed, some on camouflage, and some, like the boxfish, rely on being a tough, toxic, and charmingly awkward little box. We must continue to protect our oceans, for they are the guardians of such strange and fascinating creatures. Thank you, ocean, for keeping these little cubes of sunshine safe.